What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Ben from JBM Sports Media here, coming at you guys with some NFL news. The NFL draft is only a few days away, so we're going to be ramping up on the NFL content leading up to the NFL draft. And there's a lot to talk about today. Obviously, something that happened this weekend, but Adam Schefter broke some, crazy news this morning that we have to get into. And yes, I'm talking about the A.J. Brown news that he broke. Per Adam Schefter, the Eagles have been seeking a first-round pick in a trade for A.J. Brown. And I think one thing I will say, and we'll get into what Adam Schefter said in general, but it's only a matter of time. I'll say this right now. It's only a matter of time before A.J. Brown gets traded. I really don't see after last year him staying on the Philadelphia Eagles for one more season. And it looks like the Patriots are willing to be that team to finalize a trade. And per Adam Schefter, the Eagles and Patriots are expected to finalize a trade that would send wide receiver A.J. Brown to the Patriots after June 1st. So it's going to be a little bit. And it's unclear if, obviously, the first-round pick that they're going to trade is a 2027 first-round pick or 2028. But they're looking like they're willing to give up that first-round pick for A.J. Brown. And this is not a surprise because if you look at the Patriots, I think they need a solidified wide receiver one. And getting a main guy like A.J. Brown to help out Drake May, it's a must. It's a must. You've seen the struggles in the playoffs when when Drake May really didn't have a number one. He had to spread it around to Kayshawn, a little bit to Diggs, a little bit to Mac Hollins. So I think A.J. Brown, this trade makes so much sense. And for the Eagles, getting a first-round pick for A.J. Brown, I do believe he's worth that. I really do believe he's worth that. He's obviously a great wide receiver one when he's fully going. You've seen the struggles he's had with the Eagles this year, more so his lack of touches, lack of targets. And I don't really know if he's getting along with Jalen Hurts like that. And Sirianni, there was moments where you've seen Sirianni, A.J. Brown kind of get into it. It's just not ideal for another season of A.J. Brown in Philly. And I know there's going to be Philly fans like, oh, he's still an Eagle. But if you look at the way Howie Roseman's been talking about A.J. Brown in Philly, he's just very, yes, he's an Eagle currently. We keep getting he's currently an Eagle. A.J. Brown's an Eagle. And yes, he's not going to say, oh, we're looking to trade right now, because that obviously is not going to help his trade stock if obviously they know that he's on the market. But there's no doubt about it, he was going to be on the market this offseason because the Eagles are going to listen, especially if they could get a first-round pick in return for A.J. Brown. It's only smart enough for them to listen. And I do believe the Patriots are the team that makes sense. I don't really know if there's another team in my mind that I would think that could trade a first-round pick for A.J. Brown. I think the Patriots are going to be that team. I think Robert Kraft and the Patriots ownership and the organization knows that if they get a solidified wide receiver one to pair up with Drake May, to pair up with guys like Kayshon Boutte, who could be a good wide receiver 2 or 3, I think they're going to be straight. And I really like Mac Hollins. Hopefully they bring him back. I thought that was a very solid addition, a very good slot guy for them. But I will ask you guys, do you guys believe when this trade does take place, it will be a trade where they'll be more enticed with the first round pick from 2027 or 2028? That's my question to you guys. I think if I'm low-key the Eagles, I would try to see if I could get that 2027 first round pick just to be get the process going a little bit quicker. Obviously, Devontae Smith is a great receiver, and I have no doubt about it. He could be a premier wide receiver one, push comes to shove, but I don't know. I do believe the A.J. Brown and Philly tenure is coming to an end. It's just going to be crazy to see whenever that does take place. I know the internet's going to be rocking that day, especially the sports world. But we did have a trade this weekend, and I'll get into it right now, obviously. And that is the Bengals trading for defensive tackle Dexter Lawrence from the New York Giants in a team deal where the 10th overall pick in this draft by the Bengals is going to the Giants. So the Giants now hold the 5th and 10th pick in this first round coming up. I think the Giants... I kind of like it. I do like it. I know what Dexter Lawrence brings, and he did sign an extension with the Bengals, a 1 year, I believe it was $28 million extension. So I will say this. It makes sense for both sides. The Bengals needed defensive help. Bringing in a defensive tackle like Dexter Lawrence, he's very, very solid, very good at what he does. It's going to be obviously a massive upgrade. They needed to upgrade that defense, and nobody can say otherwise about that. For the Giants, I think they need to hit on both these picks, the 5th and 10th pick. I think they're going to be very important picks for their future. And if they do hit on those picks, this trade is perfectly fine. They just got to hit on those picks. It's really just put up or shut up for the Giants when it comes to those two picks. I like I said, though, I will talk about this for the Bengals. giving up the 10th overall pick could be a little bit risky. It's just a 1 year, $28 million extension. Could there be something more afterwards? Yes. But that's still a first round pick, a 10th overall pick. That, yes, they could have potentially gotten, somebody younger, somebody good on the defensive end as well. But if they felt like Dexter Lawrence could be that proven guy with experience that could be implemented right in the fold, so be it. Trust the Bengals front office. I know I was seeing Ocho Cinco and Unk talk about it in Nightcap, and Unk was obviously saying there's risk to that move, and there obviously is risk to this move. I think this could, in the long run, I think this could benefit the Giants the most, but I don't mind this move for the Bengals because they need help on the defensive end. They really do. And this comes in the form of Dexter Lawrence, and I think that's perfectly fine. What do you guys think about this trade? Is it a fair trade? Is it an uneven trade? Obviously, let me know in the comment section. I know Mike was, I guess he was, last time I got his thoughts about it, I think he was just more so the Giants got to land on these 2 picks, and I think he's perfectly right about that. We did have some extensions here this morning, though. I will say that. I guess we'll start off with Trent Williams getting a 2-year extension right here for $50 million with the San Francisco Giants. The 49ers offseason has now looked like this. Extending Trent, they got obviously Mike Evans, Christian Kirk. They signed Dre Greenlaw, and they had some more moves, obviously re-signing their kicker, A. Pinheiro. New defensive coordinator, Raheem Morris, which I absolutely love. I kind of wish he was the defensive coordinator of the Green Bay Packers, but that didn't come to fruition. We got Jonathan Gannon instead. Real quick, talking about the NFL draft, just a sidetrack. It's going to be a little bit weird, guys, because obviously you guys know I'm a Packers fan. We don't have a first-round pick because we gave that first-round pick to the Dallas Cowboys for Micah Parsons. I'm cool about that. It's just like, it's gonna be weird, like covering it, knowing I don't have no first round pick. I think I'm gonna just be sitting like this until the second round. But I have been doing my little bit of research for the second round, who I would want the Green Bay Packers to take. If you guys want a video about that, I know me, JV, and Mike may be having something coming up for the NFL draft. I know we're gonna do a live stream, that's for sure. So if you guys do want something in that regard, an NFL draft live stream here on YouTube, we could for sure work that out. Just let us know in the comment section if that's something you guys would be interested in. But when it comes to Trent Williams, I actually thought he was going to be gone from the Niners. I thought it just wasn't happening. There wasn't no extension talks, at least out loud. Maybe there was in closed door, and obviously there was because 2-year, $50 million for one of the best tackles in the game in Trent Williams. Perfectly fine. This guy is obviously a stud at what he does. I just want him to be healthy out there in the field. It's kind of unfortunate he wasn't really healthy down the stretch of this past year for the Niners. But knowing that he is now extended, going to be with the Niners for another 2 years, I think is obviously a big plus for them. Obviously bringing in Evans, bringing in Kirk, 2 weapons right there. Re-signing Pinheiro, who was actually pretty solid for them down the stretch. And then their new DC and Raheem Morris. Yeah, I think this has been a pretty successful offseason for the 49ers. If they can nail down their draft picks as well, beautiful for San Fran. But there was one more extension right here we'll get into real quick. Brandon Aubrey, per Adam Schefter. This is actually kind of crazy. I'm really happy for Brandon Aubrey. Brandon Aubrey and the Dallas Cowboys reached an agreement of, and what is this? A $7 million per year, received $20 million guaranteed. Wow. Congratulations to Brandon Aubrey right here. Just reading this out loud is kind of crazy. And this will be straight up for everybody. I'm gonna give y'all the best advice right here. Best advice. If you guys have a son, or like in general, you guys got to tell y'all son, kicking is the way to go. Kicking is the way to go. I don't care. When I have my son, God willing, I'm gonna make sure that they're gonna be a kicker in the NFL. Because now if they're getting this type of money, man, quit playing. I think this is a big step right here. I knew Brandon Aubrey was going to get extended. He's been the best kicker in the league for the past, 2 to 3 years. And him coming back from the soccer background kind of just shows you like the shift in where kickers are going. Now, if you can't make a 60-yarder, you're probably not going to be making it in this league. And Brandon Aubrey has been the example of like, a 50-yard ain't nothing to me. 60-yard ain't nothing to me. We can do this shit. And I think this is a great move right here by the Cowboys re-signing the best kicker in the league. I will be interested. Will Cam Little, I think is his name, from the Jaguars, get an extension? He's really, really good as well. I know he didn't make their kick in the divisional, or not the divisional, the wild card game, but I think he deserves an extension. Kickers are going to be asking for a lot of money after seeing this, especially if you can hit from that 60-yard range. Yeah, you're gonna get a big bag. One last thing I did want to add, and it just popped into my mind real quick, coming about the AJ Brown thing. I will say, where will the Eagles offense like how I mean, I guess since AJ Brown really wasn't involved that much last year, like how will it be without AJ Brown in that wide receiver room? Will it be a fresh of breath air? Like will they feel like there's been like not a toxicness released, but I know there was reports about Jalen Hurts about him being I wouldn't say the Eagles have to see more before giving him another extension. It's just very chaotic where the Eagles are at heading into this next upcoming year, especially with how their season ended and that play call. I know they said that Hurts wanted that play call at the end of that Niners game. Kind of just crazy, kind of just crazy. We'll see how that plays out, obviously. And I'm just very interested. I think the Patriots, I would do this. I would do this if I'm New England. If I'm a Patriots fan, I would be happy knowing that A.J. Brown, more likely than not, going to be a New England Patriot to start off next year. I will have to say about that. If you guys check out Adam Schefter's article, I would highly recommend it. Gives you some good intel about what's going on. What do you guys think about the Dexter Lawrence trade? What do you guys think about the Trent Williams and Brandon Aubrey extensions, AJ Brown news? Let me know in the comment section. NFL draft right around the corner. We're going to be covering here on JBM Sports Media. Till then, we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace. Oh, make sure to subscribe, obviously. All right, now, peace.